You want a war? You're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. And make no mistake about it, they still stink. But I'll say it, congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys on winning. You beat us tonight. I'm not gonna talk about all the issues and all that. You beat us, enjoy your win, fair and square. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the game 2. We need this game. The Rams are already up 7. Mother humper. Big D, thank you for being here. Barbie Doll Princess of YouTube, roll out the red carpet. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Zyloves, for being back. Hung Mao, Tyler, Daz. Thank you, everybody, for being and coming back. Appreciate it. Although I didn't see Daz tonight. Where are you at? Emmett Bax, thank you for Super Chat. Philly, I was at the game. Kevin Patullo's gotta go. I hear you, man. I hear you. He stinks. He stinks. Hold this L500. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll make a FanDuel account, get Patullo info. Gotta find a way to get his ass out. That's a good idea. Come on, Mayfield on 3rd and 4. Caught. Nice catch going. Donnie, thank you for being here. Horrible. Sills super trash. I don't know. I can't deal with him tonight. I can't deal with him tonight. It's just frustrating, dude. I hate losing games that we're supposed to win. Oh, let me change my whatchamacallit. There we go. Pickett's land better than AJ and Dak's better than Hurts. What makes you think Dak is better than Hurts? Please, I see. Why are you trying me tonight? Oh, don't mess with me tonight. I'm trying to be like a gracious loser here, but don't come at me with bullshit. 500. Hopefully, Muka Maria good for Thursday. We don't want to see Sydney or Epps playing. Also, game was on coaching. When we played aggressively, players did good. The conservatives killed us. I agree. I watched Seth's post-game results, and he is correct. Nothing will change this season. He said it will have to be done off. Yeah, it's offensively, you're going to have to change it in the off season. You can only hope to be more efficient in certain things, like cut down penalties, things like that. Maybe go up tempo. Maybe give Tank more carries. But he's right. The majority of stuff won't change. You're not firing. Fudge, you picked it off. Rams scored again. This game's already over. He just stripped the ball. Fuck. Hung me out there for Super Chat. How about hiring Greg Roman, who is good at run game? Well, maybe in the off season, I don't even know where he's at anymore, really. Five-part favorite Super Chat. Keep Cooper in the slot. I'm done with the experiment. Yeah, I don't want Cooper on the outside. Kevin called all hitch routes on 3rd and 2. Stupid ass. Rams are playing like a Super Bowl team. The Eagles need to step up. Agreed. The Rams are right now in a position that if they win tonight, they are going to be one game up on us. We'll still have a tiebreaker, but they'll have an extra win. So the Eagles are in trouble here. But I can't lie, bro. That was right there. I ever saw. It was bad. The way the Eagles are playing right now, we aren't going back to Super Bowl. They better get this shit figured out. Agreed. I agree. What killed us was a basic offense with no kind of flow. It's like pulling plays out of a jar and saying run it. I agree. You take that, and then you add all the mistakes with the penalties, and then you take the turnovers that the Eagles had. Normally Eagles don't turn the ball over. They turn the ball over twice in the fourth quarter. You can't do that. I don't know why it's always the one before Thanksgiving that always seems to kill us. Fire South, our defense turned into turnstile when Reed went out. Guys playing out of position. Sidney Brown's horrible. He stinks. He stinks. Yeah, we saw what Cooper does on the outside. It's turned his head. Yeah. I mean, that call was bad, though. I mean, C-Land, that was offensive pass interference, dude. But it is what it is. Cowboys won their Super Bowl. They did. And Thursday, thank God we play Friday. And they play Thursday. And all right will be with the world by Thanksgiving. This coaching has led points and defensive guys getting hurt. Thinking you can just run 3 times on punt because you're leading is idiotic. AJ is right. Offense has to pick up the slack. Yeah, AJ tried to warn everybody. Philly losing to Dallas is demoralizing. It sucks to lose to Dallas. Well, what's that saying that is actually all Sirianni's stupid-ass play calling, and I'm not going to say he's lying. He's not lying. That's what I'm saying. It's play calling. It's an offense. Patullo calls plays, but it's Sirianni's offense. That's what people don't understand. Dim and Duck, thank you for the super chat. He goes, it was the turnovers. Oh, they killed us. What the frig? Chris Miller, thank you for super chat. How do you come out with 2-minute time? A 2-minute timeout and pass? I'll do a jet sweep with A.J. Brown or Smith. I don't know. I mean, you could have spread them out and ran the ball on 3rd and 2, right? At worst, Barkley gets a yard, and then you push it on 4th and 1 if you really want to have balls. But the play calling is horrendous, and it progressively gets worse, right? They come out, always the opening drive looks halfway decent. Then the defense is adjusted, and the Eagles can't adjust. And if the Eagles go up 14 or more points, they get real conservative. It gets even worse. Just watch the Seth and Gunn postgame. You will hear all of that. Yeah, I will. I'll listen to it because I respect what Seth Joyner says. I know he's telling the truth. Mad Type Day over Super Chat. Bears are no joke. No, Bears is not an easy game. So the Cowboys fans are infuriated. I know. I try to always be like, I really try hard to be like, okay, if we lose, I give you your space, give a team their chance, enjoy it. I'm not going to try to ruin it for you. But then when they just keep going and going and going, it's like, oh my God, I can't take it anymore. CJ Gardner-Johnson is going to be on A.J. Brown Friday. Good. Let's do it. Bucs, come on, baby. Come on, Bucs. Come on, Mayfield. Looks, throws, almost picked off. Oh, and I'm just saying, I love everything about Barkley as a person, a player last year, but it's time to admit, last season wiped him out because he looks running tired. He does look tired. I wonder, does he look... Somebody go back and watch him last year early and watch him now. Does he look heavier? I wonder if he's a little heavy. And I say that meaning that maybe, that's why he keeps slipping all the time. Philly look worried. I'm not worried. I mean, I'm worried about the problems that we have to figure out that we haven't all year. I worry about that. I don't worry about specifically the specific part of losing to Dallas. That is something that we're kind of used to doing with Dallas, splitting. That doesn't scare me. What scares me is the fact that you have a team that can't play consistent. Because when the Eagles play to their ability, they crushed Dallas. It was 21-0. And then we go into this stupid conservative shit. And I really think that Zach Bond dropping that interception was really a big interception drop, dude. Yeah, I agree. Just please use Biggs and, take Porky because of all those commercials. I'm saying go look at Barkley last year running. Go look at mid-season. I think he looks thinner. I don't know. I'm just saying. Dude, the Rams are kicking this team's ass. We got the Rams. We got the Rams all worked up today. Rams are up and up for this. So what winning teams do not allow 21 to be tied and lose. No. But look, in fairness, we did it before. We did it last year in Washington and lost. It happens. It happens. His knee gets strained every game. Who, Barkley's? I didn't know that. Saquon wears the wrong cleats on a lot of the surfaces. Yeah, because that slip where it was third, like if he doesn't slip there, he probably falls and gets the first down. I really thought when Dallas went for it on fourth and didn't get it on 4th and goal, I thought we were going to win the game. I thought we were going down to kick a field goal. And, credit to their defense. They came up with a big play. Chris Mount, thank you for the super chat. You said I missed your super chat. I'm sorry, man. Wait, I thought I read this one. I know I read this one. I didn't read this one. Chris Mount, thank you for the super chat. I think if we lose this division, fire Nick and Kevin. Oh, if we lose the division? Oh, if we lose the division, yeah, you got to fire them all. No, it's division. I'm not worried about the division. The Eagles are going to win the division. The division's not the issue. The issue is home field advantage. To me, the Eagles need to be outdoors in cold weather. That suits us best. That's what we need. Okay? We don't need to be playing LA in LA. We're going to win the... I mean, we're still, 3.5 games up on Dallas. Dallas ain't winning the division. Dallas going to lose to Kansas City. So they start looking for something else to do on YouTube. If players making millions can't get bought, refs can easily get owned. Refs can easily get owned. That I believe. Mark Holmes sent you? Great. Hit the subscribe and like button, buddy. We are 2 games up. Well, we got 8 wins, and Dallas has 5 wins. That's 3 wins. 3.5 games because they got a tie. That's 3.5 games, not 2 games. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dallas is 5-5-1. No? What's Dallas's record? The Eagles are 8-3-1, 8-3. Dallas is 5-5-1. Yeah, the Eagles are 3.5 games above them. They're 3.5 games up. No, they got it. They got it. They asked Nick if he feels like they let their foot off the gas. He basically said no. He always says no. But go look at the Tampa game, 24-6 at halftime. Go look at the Denver game, up 15 points with 8 minutes left. Okay, he does this all the time. I thought Carter wasn't bad. I thought Carter made his presence, especially in that fourth, but I think Phillips was quiet. Notre Dame fan, thank you for Super Chat. We will see what this team made of versus the Bears. Agreed. Chris Malik, thank you for Super Chat. How do they call dumb pen on us, but Dallas no offensive penalties on Cooper anyplace? Yeah, I mean, look, man, I don't know either. We had the first time we played Dallas this year, we had 9 penalties. To this week, we had 14 penalties. How do you always get a high amount of penalties on them? But it happens all the time, and it's been happening as long as I can remember. Rams versus E-Girls, NFC, it could be. It very well could be. I hate losing games we have total control of. I agree. I mean, the only game that we really didn't show up and play well the whole game was that Giants game. We should have beaten Denver, and we should have beat Dallas. 41-33, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, I want to sit Barkley down for 4 weeks and put him short-term IR. Get right for the playoffs. We'll win the NFC by the Rams. We'll lose at some point. Go Burt. I hear you. I hear you with that. How can you not score a point from 12 minutes left in the second quarter? I don't know, Brad. I don't know. Matt says 500 Sirianni's scheme for offense isn't good, which is why outside hires have the most success under him. Our interior O-line is terrible this year, and Jalen is playing too conservative. Jalen's being told to play conservative, though. That's the thing, you know. I don't know. Like Ed says, like, why not stay aggressive, take shots downfield, and let out the straight jacket? It's getting annoying. I agree with you. I agree. The problem is when you play that way, if you have turnovers or do make mistakes, it's very hard to overcome. Well, didn't they show the stats and said Sirianni as a head coach is 34-7 in one-score games? You don't have that many one-score games unless you're coast after a lead. Yeah, agreed. But the difference in this game is that you turned the ball over. You Barkley, big turnover. Gibson, big turnover. Like, in the fourth quarter, you start turning the ball over and making mistakes. And you can't do that because, especially when you play that way. When you play that way, there's no room for error. Cowboys refs happen every time. As long as I've been watching Eagles-Cowboys. We shouldn't have lost. It's a bad loss. It's a bad loss. It's a bad loss. And you just got to hope that it doesn't cost you the number one seed now. That's what I'm worried about. Like, my biggest fear is that we lose the number one seed. You have to beat Chicago. You have to beat Chicago on Friday. That game is a monster game. Just like I try to tell everybody, regardless of what happened in this Cowboys game, this Chicago game's a big game. Major Pain, thank you for the super chat. He goes, I hate KP and Sirianni. I hear you. Well, you need to score also. No one deserves a lot. I agree. You got to score. Yeah, same here. Tanner does fit, but I think, but we'll never know. Yeah, you're not going to know. Rams just rolling, man. Rams up 14, and it's the second quarter. Saquon's first turn of season, he's fine. Yeah, it was horrible. DeJean was exposed today. In fairness to DeJean, they're asking to play outside, and he's got to go up against what? Pickens and CD. It's kind of, we got to give him a break. But I think Cooper DeJean needs to be a slot corner or a safety. I'm not doing okay right now. Thank you for the super chat. He goes, this game that finally left no doubt as to why Patula was snubbed for offensive coordinator 4 straight times. Howie and Lurie got to step up now. Yeah, he's got to go at the end of the year. I agree. Stafford throws again. Caught. Barkley is not attacking contact. He's ducking under tackles rather than diving into. Yeah, he does. He dives down. And the other thing is like he can't keep his footing. He always slips and costs us a yard or two. That Gibson fumble was like that's like Gibson. Like I'm a Jet Gibson. I'm a Jet Gibson. That's what he is because that's what he did, dude. It was bullshit. And then I'm sorry, but it pisses me off. Why do these guys drop interceptions on this guy? Like every game, guys drop easy picks on Dak Prescott. He should have thrown 3 interceptions. That Zach Bowen interception should have took the life out of Dallas. That Zach Bowen interception drop is humongous in this game. It changed the whole game. They don't score touchdown there. Then you kill another, 3-4 minutes? Maybe you go down and score. Game's over. It just pisses me off. This is one of those games like the Denver game. It just got away. You let it get away. You choked it away. And the coaches need to pay the price. I'm so sick of these halves. How many times have we seen the halves this year where you get the Eagles score in a half and then they go a whole second half and they do nothing? I mean, remember the Tampa game? They were up 24-6. Hurts was 15 to 17 in the first half. He doesn't throw a completion in the second half. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's pissing me off. I'm getting pissed now. CC Black, thank you for Super Chat. Hurts should have thrown 2 or 3 picks too. To who? I don't remember any balls going through any guy's hands. What pick should he have thrown? I don't remember Dallas dropping a single ball. You had the one interception from Dean they called back because the Eagles had 12 men on the field. The guy was running off the field, had nothing to do with the play. Then you had the Zach Bone interception. I don't remember Hurts throwing to a Cowboy at all. This is every week with that Dak. Every week I tell people, watch how many times guys drop easy interceptions. Bond had his worst game. You have permission to log off? Nah, I'm not logging off. We can't fire Patullo until the end of the year. But I'll tell you what, the Rams would put this friggin' game away already. They got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They're already up 14-0. They're pumped up because we lost. Dude, their Rams look good, man. Not gonna lie. Bro, Bond's rated one of the best linebackers in the NFL this year. Saying he hasn't done shit, dumbass fuck. Did look, but he did look like ass. He was bad this game. I don't think I said all year. Did I say all year? I didn't say all year. This game he was bad, and that interception killed us. You know, I hate Gavin Patullo. Dude, it's starting to be more than football. I wish I was a mob of still sports still with. I hear you, man. I hear you. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna stream Thanksgiving or not. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know. I haven't decided about Thanksgiving Day yet. Tyler says 500. Hi, how are you? I can't believe they lost. I thought the Eagles were going to win, but in the second half it looked like a preseason game. They looked awful. I'm in shock. Sorry about your loss. Yeah, I'm pissed off about the loss. I'm very frustrated. I'm very tired of, the team that can't play one complete game. I'm tired of penalties every drive on the offensive line. And I'm tired of running the same damn running plays that nothing happens. And I look at these other teams that are competent. The Eagles' offense is not competent. And it's time for a change. Barkley fumble killed our drive. Right. In that, where were we when Barkley fumbled that? Like, were we in field goal range? Yeah, we were up 21-0 and lost. We were up 24-6 at halftime against Tampa and almost lost. We were lucky to get that game. And then we lost to Denver. We're up 15 with 8 minutes left, and we lost. We have lost these kind of games before because the coaching staff, they play extra soft and extra conservative when they go up 14 or more points. Stafford touchdown. Fuck. F. Hammett, David Super Chat. Do you think not picking up C.J. Gardner-Johnson was a mistake? Yes. 100%. Did you see how bad Sidney Brown looked? I mean, that big play, he was so late getting over as a safety. It was bad. Empering, thank you for Super Chat. Interesting stat I just learned from Ruben Frank. Eagles have played 1,371 games since the franchise was founded in 1933. This is only the 4th time the Eagles have led as many 21 points and lost. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it doesn't happen much. It's a weird game. It was a weird game. Slake, they were super chat. Turnovers win games, but it didn't for us today. Well, we were leading the turnover battle early, and we were up, right? We were up 21 points. We gave 2 big turnovers in the 4th quarter. And then Dallas, they stupidly, it was so stupid. They go for it on 4th down with like 3 minutes and 21 seconds left, and they don't get it. Now, all you need to go is get in field goal range. You can win it. And we blew it. This coach goes a 3rd and 2. They go into 2-minute warning. They go to a commercial, and they come back and run a play and he gets sacked. What a big play. Run to Barkley on 3rd and 2. Go push tush on 4th down. Keep going. Run the clock out. Kick the damn field goal and go home. It pisses me off. Hey, 500, who knows? Rams up 21. Same as us. They can still lose. Well, why not, right? Why not? Look, I don't know what it is, but certain things are just weird. Like it's weird. We always seem, the last 10 years we've struggled in Dallas. I don't know what it is, but majority of the time we struggled in Dallas, but we split with them like pretty much every year. We split with them this year. Then you look at like the Rams. For whatever reason, the Rams can't beat us. Whether it's in LA, whether it's, we always find a way to beat them. Same with Green Bay. You know, the Rams are thinking, we got to get home field so we can play the Eagles in LA. And I'm thinking, the way our offense playing, you better get home field and play in that cold weather. Trick Round Daver Super Chat. Was for Nealon short week, let them have their Super Bowl. Look, you know, I know the Nealon stuff was an emotional thing for them and all that. I get it. But, man, dude, this game was over. This game was over. How about the play out of the half, right? They get a big play. It's like 1st down, and it was like they run a good play. They run a play action, and they hit the tight end Goddard coming out. He goes running like 30, 40 yards downfield. We get the ball. It would have been like at the Dallas 38-yard line. And they call a penalty. And then it's 2nd and 20. It's like that kind of shit happens all year. It's insane. Joe Eagle says, Philly, I'm sick to my stomach. That was our game, and we lost it. I'm so frustrated. Are their injuries serious? If so, the defense might take a hit and our strong point. Not good. I don't think the injuries were that serious. It looked like Reed wanted to go back in. They didn't let him. Not sure on Makuba. And Ojomo, I'm not sure. As far as Adoree goes, Sayonara. We're going to blow the Bears out. We need to respond. Yeah, Rams are up 21-0. Blame Vic and Nick for this loss. I don't know why Vic doesn't like to blitz. Like when you blitz, especially you blitz Nakobe Dean, you do damage. He doesn't blitz enough, in my opinion. It's too conservative a mindset. You have too many killers. Come on, Tampa, go score a touchdown. Nathan says, Jeffrey Lurie's logic, we should get the local Hot Topic manager to run Google. Bears going to beat us? If Bears beat us, I'll start to get nervous. Then I'll start getting nervous. What I think is going to happen is I think Dallas will lose to Kansas City on Thanksgiving Day. And I think the Eagles will beat the Bears in a close, hard-fought game. Yeah, it's Tank's time. I agree. Well, our amazing defense is all going to be on the IR next week. Nick's going to take us straight to the L against the Bears. I don't know if they're all going to be on the L. Well, I mean, we'll see. What was wrong with Reed? What was the outcome on Reed? This is what happens when Jalen's your quarterback. You do nothing offensive. I don't know how you could say that. Dallas not losing on Thanksgiving? I think they are. Because I think Kansas City is going to go on a run now and get into the playoffs. And Kansas City can't afford to lose any more games. So, I mean, we'll find out. We'll see. I mean, no doubt Dallas had a big win tonight. That's for sure. I hate giving up leads. Come on, Baker. Go, baby. Makuba in a walking boot. That's bad. They should have brought C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. Now you got Sidney Brown. Sidney Brown's horrible. Tank, when given opportunities, has just better than Barkley this season. I get the offensive line is terrible, but in spite of that, Bigsby been looking good when given. I think you need to give him more because Reed die? Nah. You know, tell his wife to rub that dye. He'll be ready to go. And see the Rams blow. The Rams won't blow a 21-0 lead. They'll keep putting more points on. You watch how the Rams play 21-0 lead, right? The defense is still aggressive. The offense will still be aggressive. But we go into like shell mode. If I vote 1 year, I'm going to stop blaming every offensive coordinator. Hurts is limited. Jesus. I just don't get it. I don't get you guys, man, with the Hurts shit. Isaiah, thank you for super chat, my man. Appreciate it. I just don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't get the Hurts hate. I'm sorry. I've been watching the Eagles for a long time. Ain't no quarterback that I know of the Eagles took us to 2 Super Bowls and won 1 in 3 years. Had us 10-1 before collapse. Has us 8-3 right now. And you're complaining about Hurts. I'm so tired of the it's Hurts. It's not Hurts. Hurts is handcuffed because of this offense. That's what I truly believe. Now, I'm not saying he's Josh Allen or Stafford. He doesn't throw like those guys. But he throws well enough. And he's good enough to be able to go out and move the ball. But, man, this offense sucks. More excuses. No excuses. Go ahead, Mayfield. Lambaum choked in the finals. 5,000 pounds. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You made me feel good about myself. John Gruden, Mike McCarthy, Cliff Kingsbury, and Arthur Smith is available. How's Cliff Kingsbury available? Offense fell asleep again. Dumb penalties, bad coaching. Well, they were up 21-0. They come out on offense, and they ran. You remember they run an inside zone on first, and then they come back and run a really, really horrible-looking screen pass to Barkley, and it was like, okay, here they go again. They're going into conservative mode because they're up points. Philly Talk Pocket, they were super chat. What happened, bro? I'm like, what? Mike, what the fuck do I know? I'm still trying to figure it out. Oh, look, all I can say is this is what happens. When we get big leads, to me, I get more nervous. Because we've seen it. 24-6 Tampa, right, at halftime. They almost win that game. 15 points up with 8 minutes against Denver. We blow that game. And then you're up 21-0 on Dallas, so you blow the game. I don't get it, except to say that they don't go for the kill, man. You gotta have more killer instinct, and I really think Zach Bond's interception drop really fucked us. But look, Dallas won. I'll give them the credit. They deserve it. Let them celebrate. I'm not gonna take anything away from them tonight. I'll wait till like Wednesday. But if anybody wants to say that the offensive coordinator and the coaching isn't a problem, I don't know what you're watching. I really don't know what you're watching. Come on, baby. Let's go, babies. Come on, Tampa. You're going to come back. You know when we punted on 4th and 3? I felt like we were going to lose the game when Bond dropped that interception. Philly, so many people support Hurts and point to his record, but they blame Nick. It's ridiculous. Listen, I mean, I think Nick wants to run this offense. And Patullo is running the offense Nick wants to run. Okay? And he's got to call within the boundaries of Nick's offense. The same thing was done with Kellen Moore. If you remember, Nick said Kellen Moore runs the offense it runs my offense. Touchdown Bucs. We got a game. Okay? So it's Nick's style of offense that we're running. I don't know why people don't understand this. But Patullo in that offense, he can't make in-game adjustments at all. He can't. We always see the Eagles come out, good opening drive, Defenses adjust. Eagles take 4 quarters to adjust. It happens all the time. We need an offensive coordinator that is not running Nick's playbook. He's running his own. That's what I want. And then if you do that, and then Jalen Hurts screws up, I'll admit it. But otherwise, you're running Nick's. And the only time it was different was when Steichen took over. And when Steichen took over, you saw what Jalen Hurts can do. Green Blaze, Fly Eagle said, thank you for the super chat. He goes, hey, Philly, I'm not hating on Hurts, still my guy. But on 3rd and 2, I'm the 4th. You got to run for the first down on that. You can't take a sack. You can't take a sack there. It wasn't a good sack to take. I agree with you. I agree. He was stuck in the pocket. The guy was coming up the middle, and he wasn't going to throw it. I agree. You can't take that sack. But, I mean, how do you come out of that 2-minute warning with a timeout? How do you come out and not run that ball in 3rd and 2? You run tank. I don't care. If you get a yard, it's 4th and 1. You do tush push. You got a first down. You're good. And if Barley doesn't slip, and you would get the 2 extra yards. Philly Talk Podcast, thank you for super chat. He goes, that I'll wait till Wednesday was hilarious. Yeah, well, I will. I'm not going to say shit till Wednesday. Then I go off. Because then it gets to be annoying, you know? Like, I don't want to ruin, like, you win, okay. I don't want to be like, all right, won, congratulations. But Wednesday, when I have to go on that stinking show, nah, it's all out. When Dan Cilio and Mark are making out, and they deserve a room, and they're all kissing and making out, I'm going off. Rizzo, they were super chat. He goes, they need to use Tank more, and the play calling sucks. I agree. 14 motherfucking penalties. How do you get a penalty every fucking drive in the second? Every drive in the second half. They get a great play, it comes back. Great play, it comes back. And I'm not blaming the refs because this is every week. They do this every week. Today was extreme levels. But how many times do we watch this offensive line get penalties after a positive play? You can't cut that shit out. But, I'm sorry. It just pisses me off. They come out, they ran that great play fake to Barkley. They get Goddard. He goes 30 yards to 38 to Dallas, and they call back. Devontae makes a great catch at the sideline on the 11-yard line, and they call a penalty on Johnson. It goes back, and then we miss the field goal. I mean, it's like, fuck. Sorry, I'm getting pissed. And I see if I listen to Nick Sirianni's interview, I'm going to lose my mind. We do this shit every week. We was never winning Jerry Worth on the Bears. I still don't know why they redid the punt. Why did they redo the punt? Nothing ever hit nothing. When Ferguson fumbled late in the 4th quarter and that ball just rolled straight out of bounds from where he fumbled to the sideline, there's 3 Eagles there. Nobody picked it up. I said, this game's meant to be. It's meant to be. 500 Sills loves you. I know. I love Sills too, but them two are going to be making out. Oh, Dak was amazing. Dak threw 3 interceptions. They got 2. One got called back and one got dropped again. I swear, I want to do a video where I just go through all the drops in a season so far that have been dropped by Dak, by interceptions. I'm talking about easy interceptions. Come on, Stafford looks, throws, caught. Come on, defense. Bruno, I love these Bradley Cooper commercials. Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, we need to use Tank. I agree, Rizlo. 916, thank you for Super Chat. We want you in Philly in the playoffs to dominate. Maybe. We'll see. As far as the punt goes, yeah, that was weird. I still don't understand it. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out. Big pass to Pakua. You see how LA's still throwing. I still disbelieve we lost that game. I know it's one of those weird ones, man. So I lost at 500 there. Did the kick because a player was leaving the field when they kicked the ball. That's what. Gotcha. I mean, well, that's not what. Yeah, I mean, maybe it would make sense because they said during the game it was because they hit the thing. LA still comes out throwing. Look at Stafford still firing at sidearm. See, they come out and they throw. It's play call, missed opportunity to turnover battle. The refs effed up a lot to call something has to change for the playoffs because not only players but coaches have to adjust to the playoffs. I agree. Yeah, we blew a 21-point lead. And unfortunately, that's not – this one came back and bit us in the ass. We've blown quite a few leads this year. It's not actually a new thing. Stafford throws to the end zone. Devontae Adams. Touchdown. What a friggin' pass that was. They are kicking this team's ass, dude. See, that's the difference right there is the difference between the Eagles and the Rams. The Rams attack. Rams didn't say we're up 21. Let's not attack them. They still throwing. I like how you were a defender getting your face mask smashed by a receiver that isn't a penalty, but it's PI on the defense. Yeah, and that was ridiculous, too. I mean, there's a lot. Jesus. I mean, it's kind of a relief they lost. At least it's out in the open. I don't want to hear Tom Brady telling me how great Nick Sirianni is. Poor Collinsworth or whoever. Yeah, listen, the Eagles got to figure out what they want to make of it. You want to make it, you want to make it just a oh, no big deal and push it under the couch, or you want to change shit. Let's change shit. Look, they can't change this offense. The offense is not going to change. They're not going to fire the coordinator. But you can do things better that will be competent in what you're doing. Like for example, cut the penalties out. All right? If you cut the penalties in half from what they normally do, you'll continue a lot of drives. Run Tank Bigsby more. Okay? Run him more. Let the handcuffs off of Hurts and the offense and start throwing the ball. Keep running slants and crossing patterns. Let me see more of that. There's things that they can do offensively. How about not snap the ball with 3 seconds left? Every time you snap the ball with 3 seconds left, the defense has an idea you're snapping the ball. Why not snap it at different snap time? Snap it at 20 seconds. Snap it at 10. How about change the count up? Keep them off balance. They don't do any of that shit, dude. But that's stuff that you can change and you can fix right now. I want to know if Barkley game. I want somebody to go look at old footage of Barkley. Go look at Barkley in the Rams game last year, the first Rams game. Tell me if he looks thinner. Chris B. Davis Super Chat. He goes, Eagles offense ain't winning shit in the playoffs. Well, not the way they're playing. Now, I do think once the playoffs start, I think the RPO game comes back. And I think that the running game is really hurting because they don't use the RPO game. Yeah, Bucs defense is trash. Bucs are frauds. They also have a quarterback who is willing to throw into tight windows and use the middle of the field, and he's a natural quarterback who can actually. Well, yeah, I mean he's got a great arm, a great arm, and we can't compete with Stafford's arm. Not many quarterbacks can. However, you can tell your quarterback to throw it a little more, to fire it. Don't hold it back. But they ram it in his head. You can't turn over the ball. 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 To the point of detriment. Fires Madden curse on Barkley. Maybe. I didn't want Barkley on the cover. First, Kavette, thank you for, Clark, thank you for the super chat. 500, we gave 22 in the Super Bowl. We gave 22. Yeah, we gave 22. Yeah. It's true. We were up there. I mean, we remember when Hurts in the Super Bowl. He's like, they're Sirianni's like pulling him. He's like, "Well, you pulling us? We're not putting more points up. Like, let us go." Like those guys. I think Hurts. I think Brown. I think they want. I think they want to be attack dogs, man. I think they want to be aggressive, and I think that. All right. So if you guys remember my stream from the Tampa game, it was 24-6 at halftime. Remember when it came out in the second half? If you were watching that stream. Remember when I said the Eagles look deflated? The Eagles coming out and they look deflated. And the half's beginning, you're up 24-6. But the offense, why are they all down? They all look down. It was because they went into that conservative mode. I think these guys want to be aggressive. I think they want to attack more. And I think they're being held back. And if you make any mistakes and you play this way, you're not going to win. The way you win this game, like the way the Eagles' style is, you have to not make mistakes. I mean, the Chiefs scored 20-some points in the Super Bowl. We were up it was 40-6. Patrick, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, "What up, 500? It's time to switch shit up. Way too vanilla." I agree. How, as soon as Frank Reich is available, he's coming in as a consultant. Come in, help us look at these situations. When teams make these adjustments, what should we do here? Anthony Perry, David Super Chat, "I'm going to bed, rough day." I hear you, man. I know, I got to work tomorrow. Our playbook got leaked on Google. Gay images. I bet it did. Go Cowboys. Thank you, JD Burton. Enjoy it. Philly 500. "I know KP not going to get fired, but this happening every week, and we have a good half, then don't do nothing in the second half. It's not like it's only 1 week. It's every week. It's every week." I agree. Well, how did the playbook get there? You keep saying that. Strike while the iron's hot, or in this case, cold. Yes. Lions are worse than Dallas? No, Lions are much better than Dallas. What happens on Friday will tell us a lot about this team. Yeah, I agree, Rob. Yeah, this Friday's it. The Eagles win this Friday, then we're back on track, trying to catch the Rams. I got to go look at the Rams' schedule here. I want to look at the Rams' schedule because we're chasing the Rams now. Philly, this is worrisome. The Rams are whooping at the Bucs, and they're a tough team. All we have to do is no penalties, get turnovers, and change receiver routes. Yeah, those are some of the things we could do. Philly 500, we got to use our whole offense. Agreed. It's not even a playbook, more like a playbook. Philly, the Rams have 2 easy games coming up before Lions. Hopefully they lose one. Yeah, we're going to need them to lose. Look at everyone on this team. There's no joy in these players. Nobody has any juice. Players look defeated. They do. And I think that's because you're telling them to do what they do best. You gotta build your team around the style of players you got around you. No, the Bucs were a good team. All their injuries have made them soft last few weeks. I think they're also different on the road. The Eagles are using comic. Las Vegas won big today. Yeah, I'm sure they did. Wow. So they just said that during warm-ups, they had the Eagles-Cowboys game on in SoFi, and they were all cheering. Of course they were. That's why the Rams are all pumped up tonight. David Zeal, thank you for the super chat. Yo, Philly, Nick, gotta go. It's 23 offense. Yeah. Unfortunately, none of that's going to happen. Not right now. Can I kick you in the balls? Go for it. I just wish we would get like a line of questioning, at these press conferences this week. The only good thing, I hate to say it, but I'm glad they play Friday now because I don't want to wait all week. I want to get this shit out. Rough one tonight, 5. You ain't kidding, man. Short week, short memory. Agreed. Always running hitch plays and the running back constantly running up the middle. No creativity in offense. Agreed. You're right about that, Philly. In order to play the style that the Eagles offense like to play, you got to be perfect in every aspect. No penalties or nothing. You got to, because you're going to keep teams naturally around because of the way you play. You can't turn over the ball. You can't have 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter. You just can't do it. So let's look at the Rams' schedule here. Rams are playing the Bucs. Next week they got the Panthers. That's a win. Then they got the Cardinals. That's a win. Then they're at home against the Lions. That's a big one. Then they got the Seahawks. They're going to crush the Seahawks. But we'll have to root for Seattle. At the Falcons, then the Cardinals. They got an easy schedule. Like, their schedule isn't that bad. We are going to have to play catch-up with the Rams. Fuck. If you pick out one group of players that cost the game besides the coaches, is the O-line. The penalties, we have run block and pass block. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, we need to start looking at calling the offensive line out. Like, dude, Cam Jurgens looked horrible. And it's like, dude, if you're not healthy, don't play. Okay? I don't care. If you're 70%, don't play. Yeah, Rams are in the driver's seat for the 1 seed now. See, that to me is the most important thing. Like, I ain't worried about the division. Eagles are still 3.5 games up on the division. I'm worried about the number 1 seed because the way our offense plays, okay, I think you need the advantage of having inclement weather. Yeah, I feel sick too, Westy Rocks. Cowboys fan, congratulations. You deserve today's win. For what teams do we need to keep Dallas need to win to keep Dallas out? Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, Carolina. The problem for Dallas is that look, here 2 things. The problem for Dallas is that they've lost to most of the teams that are fighting for playoff spot. So they need a tiebreaker. This was the first team over 500 they beat all year. So they lose most of the tiebreakers. Secondly, you got 4th and 3. You got 1:06, and the Rams are still trying to score touchdowns, and they're up 28-7, and they're throwing into the end zone. Now they're kicking a field goal, but they're trying. The Eagles don't do that. The Eagles go up and they just go into shell mode. Bucs are getting their ass kicked. Diamond, thank you for super chat. Sills and Mark are going to go in on you Wednesday. You got it, though. No cigar tonight. I got them. I ain't worried about them. They're not going to convince me of anything. I know what I saw. Nick Marchetti, thank you for super chat. He goes, we don't win without Lane. It's crazy record. Yeah. That Fred Johnson penalty was a huge penalty. Remember? Because Hurts hits Devontae at the 11-yard line. So it would have been 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 11. He gets a penalty, puts us back. We then have to settle for a 56-yard field goal attempt, and we miss it. That penalty was a backbreaker. Philly Hurts played well today. He would have had well over 300 yards if we didn't commit stupid penalties. Oh, I know. I hear you. But it is what it is, you know. Barkley was horrible today. If Jalen Hurts has regressed, how long do you want the O-line to block for? Also, Jordan, Steen, Jurgens were cheeks in the run blocking cheeks. I don't think Hurts was stunk today. I mean, Hurts took a bad sack, but I don't think he was bad at all. Like they said, he would have well over 300 yards. Everybody wants him to throw. He would have had well over 300 yards. He had one touchdown pass, 2 rushing. Had how many plays where he had big yards called back? He probably had like 70 yards worth of passing called back on stupid penalties. Let Hurts throw, man. I'll tell you this. I will acknowledge Hurts has a problem if you give me a real offense with a real offensive coordinator, and then let's see what he does. No, he didn't win today. No. Epic losses can lead to a death spiral. That's true. I don't disagree with that. But I think that's why that Chicago game is so important. You know, if the Eagles come out and struggle and lose to Chicago, then it's going to be like, yeah, you're right. Here we go again. But if they come back and they play good and they win, all right, we're back on track. Hurts doesn't win games, he gets carried. Ask the Kansas City Chiefs if they think that. Game shouldn't have been close, then the turnovers and penalties wouldn't have mattered. Oh, I agree. Mr. 500, that was Dallas' second largest comeback. Yeah. I mean, Dallas had a great comeback, you know? And I tip my cap to them. They came back and they won today. I don't want to take anything away from them. I don't. They did what they had to do. But, man, there's certain things that we've got to take care of that I'm not just talking about. The things we're talking about is not just the Cowboys game. So it's not just from the Cowboys game. This is things all year that it's like getting ridiculous, you know? Number 2 seed isn't that bad. Remember Lions were number 2 year and got it's not the worst thing in the world. But I think the 1 seed with the Eagles and the way our offense has been, I think the inclement weather is huge. I mean, truthfully, you know, like it wasn't like Barkley had how many yards rushing? If it wasn't for Hurts, you're not even winning it. You're not even in this game, dude. What are people talking about? Philly, we want the Rams to win. No, we don't. We want the Rams to lose. And they're killing them. Rams are going to jump us in number 1 seed. And we're going to be playing catch up. Now, we'll have a tiebreaker over them. But we won't. But they'll have to lose again. Jalen, AJ, Devontae played well. The secondary was trash. The offensive line was trash. The defensive line could not get to Dak. Kevin Patullo called a bad game. I agree. Too many turnovers. And I also got to say this. I love Vic Fangio. I do. But sometimes you got to be willing to blitz a little more. All right? You can't let Dak Prescott just sit there. You got to go get him. The guy wants to throw you a pick. They blitzed the one time with Dean, and he gets a sack. Yeah, Barkley did nothing. Yeah, we shot ourselves in the foot, but I don't give a fuck what anyone says. The refs were bad. It's not inclement weather. What is it then? I don't even know what you're fucking talking about. In January and February, the weather's bad in Philly. You want that. That's an advantage on the Eagles. For the Eagles. What the fuck do people talk about? $500, I'm agreeing with you about the Eagles. Offensive line, offensive quarterback who need to go second half stink. They do, yeah. But they're not gonna get rid of them. Not until the end of the season. I mean, if you get rid of Patullo, what do you do at offensive coordinator? You can't bring somebody in. You'd have to promote like the quarterback coach or something. I'm afraid the play calling won't change as long as Sirianni's coach. It's not going to change this year. What we have to hope for is execution gets better. No excuse to Eagles. I agree with you there. No excuse. We should have won that game. It's bad. It's bad. But you got to rebound. You got to rebound, and you got to show up next week or on Friday. You got to bounce back. Come on, Bucs. Score a touchdown. Get into this game. Let's see. You have 5 wins and 8 wins. That's 3 wins. That's 3 games at minimum. 2.5 games would be 6 wins, 7 wins and a half. That's 7.5 wins. They need 3 wins to be tied. No, it's 3.5 wins, dude. I can count. 5 plus 3 is 8. Eagles have 8 wins. Dallas has 5. That means they need 3 wins at least to catch them. So they're at least 3 games back. My God. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh, what's the point of having an NFL coach if they depend on the offensive coordinator to call plays when the job is the NFL coach? A lot of coaches don't call plays or run their offense. They just manage everything. Let's see. If you win one game, that's 6 wins. You win another game, that's 7 wins. That's 2. 1, 2. You win 3 games, that's 8 wins. That's at least 3 games back. My God. 1, 2, 3. Count the losses. You count the losses. You got to count the wins. It's the wins. You have to win at least 8 games. That means you have to win at least 3 games to be tied with the Eagles. Three wins, buddy. You need to go back to school and do remedial math. You could start with 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 4 equals 8. And 8 plus 8 equals 16. Ooh, math. You could even use a calculator. Let's go. See. 5 plus 1 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. That's 8 wins. Ooh, math. Man. Rams are not winning the Super Bowl. Sorry. Well, I hope not. I don't want to see the Rams win the Super Bowl. Let's see. I don't have anything. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Nick, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Dallas held so much we didn't get no pressure. Wow. That's all. Yeah, that's a whole nother issue. You guys understand that the Eagles got that the defense got 4 turnovers today, and a quarterback and the offense can't put up points, and this mindset of the coach, he leans on Vic to bail him out. Yeah, it's bad, Bubba. I agree with you. I agree with you, my man. I'm new here, Philly 500. Well, good. Welcome, man. Yeah, Jason. 1, 2, 3, 4. NFC Championship goes through Southern California. The Super Bowl goes through Yeah, well, you might be right, DJ. I mean, the Rams look great tonight. They look like the best team in football, and they're gonna have one game on the Eagles because they're going to have 9 wins, and the Eagles are gonna have 8 for that person that don't know how to count. And yes, yeah, we need them to lose a game somewhere. That's for sure. Bucks Bucks look like they're falling apart. Carolina might win that division. Shit. Todd Bowles don't look happy. He don't look happy. $31-7. Welcome to Philly 500. Are you having a shiny day? Today we're going to learn to count. 1. Can you say 1? 1. 2. 3. 4. That's 4. 4 is like this, and you spell it like this, and that's 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. This is a learning channel. Yes, this is gonna be a learning channel. How do you spell 4? F-O-U-R. For. We sound it out. I'm losing my mind. I think I'm broken. I think I'm broke. Nick Davis from the Dallas held so much he didn't give. Yeah, well. Hung me out, Davis Super Chat. Imagine Jim Harbaugh, Eagles head coach, reuniting with Fangio. Well, I mean, that's not happy. He's already hired. Meech, thank you for Super Chat. Cowboys had the refs on their side. They played like it was the Super Bowl. Everything went right, plus the Sixers lost today. It was just their day. It was just one of those days. Do you know, I swear, as long as I've been doing this, it always seems like the game before Thanksgiving, we always lose. I don't know why. You learn something? Thank you for learning. Thank you for sharing. Are we coming for that number 1? Yeah, you guys look great tonight, Rhyme. Are we coming that number 1 seed tonight, Philly? So let's go see you all in LA in the playoffs. Yeah, you guys look good tonight. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You look. See, your team knows how to handle a lead. You know what I mean? You know how to keep attacking. I appreciate that. I mean, look, I respect the Rams. You have to. And hopefully you'll trip up somewhere along the line. But right now, it looks like we're going to SoFi. This is mine up here. Yes. I never feel comfortable when they're up 21. I always get a little. I'm serious. I get a little nervous when the Eagles are up big. It starts with that Detroit game back in the year we first went to the Super Bowl. You remember that Lions game week 1 where we were up we were up like 17 points and it became a game at the end? I can't tell you how many times we basically blow a lead. The letter of the day is L. L-O-S-S. Loss. I'm doing okay right now. Thank you for the super chat. He goes, Jet Boy fan just won a Super Bowl today when they prayed. I think it's Wednesday because Thursday is going to be a bad day for them. This year's Super Bowl logo is sporting the Rams colors. Interesting. Always before Thanksgiving, man. As long as I've been streaming, I remember driving, like when I would go to Vegas and stuff or visit people, and I'd be traveling after the Eagles play on Sunday before Thanksgiving. It always seems like we always lose. I'm not saying every year, but it always seems that's the game we lose. Patrick, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, what offensive coordinator do you think we should get fired? I don't know. I mean, if McDaniels gets fired out of Miami, I would consider that. I would consider that. Barkley Pudgy has look at that Thanksgiving turkey. I'm wondering, dude, if he's a little heavier than he was last year. What I want to know is, why didn't they put Jacorian Bennett in? Like, is he that bad in the shithouse that we couldn't have kept Coop in the slot and brought him in? Like, can't we try that? 500, I'm having my victory. You deserve it, man. You deserve it. Is that Sirianni? I think Sirianni's fired. He ain't get fired. According to ChatGPT, can't count either then. It's an impossibility. It's an impossibility when you need 3 wins. It's so stupid. You tell them they're wrong, and it'll probably go, oh, yeah, you're right. You know how many times those things say something and you're like, oh, no, that's actually not true, and then they have to correct themselves? I'm not doing okay right now, David Future. It was all rigged for Hard Knocks ratings. It's interesting. Saquon Barkley equals Madden curse, and the second half proves that A.J. Brown is Nostradamus. Yeah, I mean, A.J. tried to tell us. Why do you think Sirianni's fired, Samson? They did simply because you need 3 wins at least. You're not going to give a team with a playoff that is not going to get into playoffs with 1 less loss and 1 less win. Okay, it don't work that way. Darth Slater, David Super Chat goes, hey Philly, we recovering this or what? I think we'll recover from this. Yes, but it could cost you the number 1 seed, which could kill us in the end. Secondly, we're going to find out Friday. I think that Chicago Bears game is super important. I tried to say this last week, and it is. It's super important. Yes. Howie Yes Man sucks. McDaniels is well fed. I like the idea of McDaniels. Don't block people. No, don't block it. What are they spamming? I don't even know what they're spamming. I haven't seen it. I hope the Cowboys don't break the Eagles. We need to bounce back win. No, I don't think they're going to break the Eagles in this game. This is one of those games that the Eagles are going to look at themselves. And just be honest, they're going to look, especially the turnover stuff. They're going to look and they're going to say, "Look at all the things we did wrong. We blew this game." I think that this game's actually kind of easy to move on from. I honestly do. I think that you can move on from it. That 49ers game, that was a different game. That was something because that had been stuff brewing all season. This is different. But that Bears game is a big test. You lose that game and you're all of a sudden you're 8-4, and you're probably talking about a 3rd or 4th seed now. So you need to establish yourself, come back and beat the Bears, who are a good team, and then you got some easy games. You got the Raiders, you got Washington twice, you got the Chargers, who I think they beat, and you got Buffalo. There's no reason you can't run the table. Eagles shouldn't lose another game the rest of the year. Question I have is can they bring somebody in to help out with these guys? Frank Reich, well, look at the offensive play call on Stanford. I haven't looked at it. Frank Reich wouldn't come in as an offensive, I wouldn't bring him as a coordinator. I'd bring him in as a consultant. Help these guys with the game plan. Help these guys have an idea of what to do in game when teams do certain things to combat what they do. Have somebody with fresh eyes look at what to do, because They need help. Ain't mad Hurts at all. Yeah, he took the sack, but the other mistakes did he make? No, I agree. Hurts, you don't have a chance without Hurts. If Hurts, look, the offense could not run the ball. And if Hurts was not keeping them going, putting points up with his arm, especially in the first half, there's no chance. You know, what I don't like is that I think that when you get up 21-0, you don't continue to keep attacking the same way. I can't wait to watch his game again. Mr. Glock, congratulations, man. You guys won. It was a great win for you guys, and you should enjoy it. I'm not going to take anything away from you guys. I'll wait till at least Wednesday for that. They started the game with Patullo calling plays. He didn't call them again until the drive Barkley fumbled. You really think so? I would like somebody to ask that question, you know? But it always seems like the Eagles' opening drive, they move the ball pretty good. And then it seems like to me that the defenses adjust. And then when the defense is adjusted to what they had planned was, they can't adjust. It takes them forever to try to figure out what to do. I told you if you make him play quarterback, he sucks. Hurts is running back. Well, Hurts was good today. What do you mean? How could you act like Hurts was bad? Hurts should have had 400 yards passing. My God, what are you talking about? Hurts wasn't bad today. Hurts took a bad sack, but he wasn't bad. I mean, I don't, the whole thing with Hurts is bad. Hurts was playing with no running game. Mr. Clark says, Cowboy Fat Kids, look, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I want to kick KP. I hear you, man. I hear you. Why run up the middle when the middle O-line weakness is the coach is playing somebody? Well, and not only that, the defenses know they're going to run there because that's where they always run. We just should say the Kellys for Black Friday game. I bet you they're going to wear. I would assume they're going to wear all black, right, versus the Bears. You know. It's a shame that we wasted Kelly Greens, though. That sucks because those things are so beautiful. Oh, my God, those jerseys are beautiful. Student Boys Day for Super Chat. Jalen Hurts went 40 straight minutes, no points. Yeah, he did. But even so, I still don't think that means he was bad. He put up 21 points in the first half. He tore you guys up. I don't blame Hurts for that. That situation isn't like... That shit happens to us all the time because we go into this shell, and I blame the offensive play calling on that. They stop doing what worked. Dak is way better than Hurts. Yeah, I don't think so. You can talk about Dak all you want. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I want you guys to enjoy your win, but Dak has been in the league long enough. He's put up statistics in the season long enough. He's got to show that he can win a big game in the playoffs. And until he does that, I'm sorry. We're talking about him. If, pass here or there changes everything. It's very hard to sit there and tell me a quarterback sucks that's going to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years and won one, and then tell me the guy that can't win a playoff game is somehow better. I'm just not going to believe that. What sucks is we are no longer in the field wearing Kelly Green. That was going to happen eventually. It happens one day. We're not ever going to always be undefeated. To me, we were, I never looked at it like that, I guess, because we were defeated in it way before they got rid of them. Eddie, thank you for the super chat. He goes, still, I believe the NFC goes through LA. The advantage goes Eagles. I was there last couple of times. See you, Green. Yeah, I think the Eagles could go and beat LA in LA. We've proven it. But I think that for LA, that's what they want, because if you want the Eagles to come there, and your passing game is going to be a lot more effective and all that. Cold weather is a lot harder. But, I mean, we'll see. They gotta win out, and they're gonna have to win. We're right on their ass. We just gotta keep chasing them. Yeah, we're good about 10, 50 player open draft. That's it. And then teams adjust. And then they don't. It's like the coaches don't adjust to the adjustment of the defense. It's mind boggling. CJ's coming back to Philly, unfortunately, with Chicago. Tori said, Seth Joy and Chris Long said the same thing. The changes needed won't happen now because it's a scheme and the system related. Howie Laurie along line Petula offensive coordinator probably cost us a Super Bowl. It could, yeah. It could. And unless they can get things going, it will. Clown Hurts, I'm comfortable going to LA. Also, Syria needs a grass to goals, please. Rocky Davis Super Chat. Bears are going to be tough. We should have won tonight. Should have won tonight. Agreed. And here's the truth. Here's the honest truth. If you would have won tonight, all right, assuming that you can't lock up the division because that could have possibly happened. But the truth is that Bears game is huge. Is way more important. Because that's fighting for a conference seed. Like I said, you're not going to lose a division, but you are fighting for a number 1 seed. CJ giving up all the info. What color socks they like to wear? I'm sure he is. Yeah. Bears are 7-point underdogs. They aren't winning. They're 7-point underdogs. Wow. See, that's interesting to me. Benny Barkley is crazy. The Eagles ran the ball. The game was on Hurts. Hurts is overrated and not a real quarterback. I don't know how many quarterbacks who aren't real win Super Bowl MVPs, dude. I'm not blaming Barkley himself. I'm blaming the fact that the Eagles can't run the ball as one of the reasons. The O-line at Saquon got a lot of wear and tear last year. The Eagles need new offensive identity, the ability to add Hurts, runs, and explosive pass game. The Eagles wide receivers, where is it? Like something's blocking it. What does it say? The Eagles wide receivers are just as good as that. Yeah, I like our receivers, dude. I love our receivers. Roll Philly Dogs. Thank you for super chat, my man. He goes, Jalen played that, but he lost, so it's all for naught. They had. What did Hurts end up with? Like 280 yards? I mean, you had like a 30, 40-yard pass call back on a penalty. You had another one to Devontae. I mean, they had a lot of passing yards called back tonight. Too many penalties, dude. No, Barkley's not hitting a hole. Tank does. $289 yards. And all those penalties. I mean, I don't think the offensive line... Is it true the offensive line went the whole half with every series a penalty? Every series there was a penalty. And some were big and costly, man. That Johnson penalty, the hands to the face, I mean, that cost us points. 33 yards rushing. He had over 300 total yards and 3 touchdowns. It's not 100% Barkley's fault, but style doesn't benefit from struggling offensive line. Tank goes for the yards. Well, I also think Barkley, when he's out there, they key on him, right? When Tank is not there, they don't treat him the same way. I think that helps. I also think Barkley is pressing now because Barkley is looking to find a hole and he's trying to do something, but it just isn't working. I would like to see them run him more outside. There's a start of third quarter. See, and you look at the Rams. The Rams come out, they're throwing, man. They come out and they're playing aggressive. I love that. He should have had 489 yards, right? that one really pissed me off. We had finally a good play call, and they get Goddard, and Goddard goes down to the Cowboys' 38-yard line. It was like a 20 or 30-yard play, and it comes back on a penalty. Ugh. 3rd and 4 for the Rams. Stafford throws incomplete. Oh, wow, they're going to call a penalty. Saying we own you with 5-5 record, calling us 12. Yeah. Hey, they want me to be a good loser. Well, I try my best to be a good loser when we lose. But can the Cowboy fans be good winners? That's what I want to know. How do we take a half off a score? We've done it consistently, though. This wasn't the first game we've done it. That's the problem. We do it all the time. It's built into our philosophy. Rams going for the 4th and 4. Stafford looks, throws it away. Incomplete. All right, Bucs got the ball back. Rams consistently run 12-13 personnel, so they're used to it, unlike we do. We did come out and play aggressive Philly. We threw 3 times in a row. But like you said, the penalties killed it. I know that. I really love that play fake to Goddard. And he runs down to the 38-yard line. I'm like, oh, yes, that's exactly what we need to start this half. Penalty. We do it, and we do it all the time. I'm not even talking about whether it's a good call or bad call. We do it every year. Bridgewater's in at quarterback. It's not even like Dallas Rush was good either, Philly. Just crappy routes, schemes, and Jalen holding the ball on the line, can't run block. Barkley gets hit before you get into the line every time. Every time. It's just crazy. So they what's his face is Baker Mayfield's out. Yeah, I think he's hurt. There's intentional grounding on 4th down by Stafford. So Stafford, I guess it's 4th down, so it lost it down, so they get it where the penalty happened. Bridgewater's in. Could you imagine if Bridgewater came back? We know Jerry paid the rest. It was ugly. No, I don't think they're waving a flag. I think Mayfield got hurt. Let's think about this for a second. We scored 21 points in the first half and 0 in the entire second half. That's a huge problem. The play calling isn't getting better. Fire KP, that's no question. Yeah, I mean, you just can't do it until the all season. We lost last 3 years and still went to the Super Bowl shaking. We got this. Just effing hate that. I hear you. Still, most Super Bowls best all-time record. Good for you, still them boys. I'm glad for you, man. I'm glad that you're having this night. I really, I hope you enjoy it. A shoulder injury on Mayfield? Yeah, Mayfield's out. Hurt his shoulder. He tried to come back in, but I guess he couldn't go. Friday's big game. Friday's a big game for the Eagles. 2nd and 7. Bridgewater. Question is will the coaches take a look at themselves? We always hear that the players got to take a look at themselves in the mirror, but when do the coaches do that? 500. Nick gonna learn why we fired Doug 2 years ago in the Super Bowl? Maybe. You have Baker in both fantasy leagues? Oh, man. No, they won't make the playoffs. Bears game's going to be crazy game. Bears are playing good football, man. Yeah, wouldn't it be crazy if Teddy Bridgewater comes back and wins this game? That would be hilarious. Rams are just kicking their ass, dude. I didn't watch the last half of the game. What happened? It was ugly, man. It was ugly for the Eagles. Way too many mistakes, penalties, turnovers. 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter. Just bad. They won't change anything on offense. Nick will learn the hard way, I guess. Yeah. Well, my plan would be this. If I'm Howie, as soon as this year's over, I'm going to say, AJ, we're keeping you. You're not getting traded. And I'm going to tell Nick, listen, we're getting a new offensive coordinator, and you have nothing to do with this offense. You have nothing to do with it. It's not going to be your offense. It's going to be the offensive coordinator. And we're bringing him in, and he's going to run it. And I would do that. Why did our defense look so bad this game? I mean, I don't think they necessarily look that bad. I mean, what Dallas scored what? How many points a half? 7? Did Dallas score any points at halftime? What, 7 maybe? I forget when they scored. But they weren't that bad. But they had too many injuries. I think the injuries hurt. I think also the defensive line wasn't getting enough pressure. And I think the defense played conservative too. I think they only blitzed, I think, twice the whole game. And one of them was a sack. I think the Eagles, when they take the lead, man, they go into this, they just play differently. I don't like when they play like that. When the offense goes 3 and out in the second half, what do you expect? Well, it happens, yeah. Pickens is good. He's a good player. I'd give him a B-. I really think the Zach Bond interception drop. Man, if he catches that ball, there is no touchdown. It changes everything. It's like you can't make mistakes like that. That's a mistake. The Gibson return out of the end zone is a mistake. Come on, Bridgewater, keep going, baby. Keep going. Game's over with, on the Bears. I think the Eagles need to take this loss, get back on track. I hope so. And I really think Friday will tell us a lot. Seriously, the Eagles win on Friday, back on track. And then we got to just hope that the Rams, we're going to have to sweat out these Rams games. Hopefully they stumble somewhere along the line. If you're going to Christmas grammar, at least do it correctly, dumbasses. You tell them. 5, Philly got bailed out with the roughing the punter call on that. Well, that was a good call. You can't touch the plant foot of the kicker. That's the problem. But if you want to say that the punter call was, if you want to start going call for call, I don't think you're going to win that battle. I really think the analytics department, more than anything, how can Howie and Jeffrey with the same shit every week now force changes if this isn't how they want the offense to look? Well, I would say I think the analytic department, I do think the analytics plays sometimes too much of a role for the Eagles. But I also think that they learned a couple of years ago, when you change the coordinator late in the season like that, it could blow up the team. Like, remember when they fired the defensive coordinator? The team quit. The whole team was done. So I just don't think you could change the coordinator. You can fix certain things, though. Rams got a very favorable schedule, right? Let me see if I can pull it up. But they got a very favorable schedule. I had it up a little earlier. So the Rams have the Bucs tonight. They're killing them. Then they got to play the Panthers. They should crush them. It's in Carolina, though. Then they got to play the Cardinals. That should be a win. Then they got the Detroit Lions on December 14th. That's it at home, though, for LA. Bridgewater throws the end zone. Nobody there. That could be a game where they lose. Then they got to play the Seahawks. Division game. I guess that's a tough game on some level. Then they got the Falcons at Atlanta and the Cardinals. So they got a favorable schedule. We need to win, and we need them to stumble. We got the tiebreaker on them. But, Toryville says 500. Don't forget the Rams won't have much of a home field advantage against the Eagles. There are a lot of Eagle fans in LA played better in LA last year. Their playoff game. No, I agree with that. I don't think the Eagles can't beat them. But I like the idea that you get cold weather, you get inclement weather in Philly, and it slows that offense down a little bit, especially when our offense struggles. We got to figure out how to run the ball. Like, we got to get this run game going, dude. First move I'm making is GM is putting Sidney Brown. Oh, dude, he stinks. I'm sorry. I mean, I like his aggressiveness. He plays with it, and I like especially, but he's not good safety. Halfway crook day for Super Chat. Talent wins, hides Knicks being bad coach. Shaking my head. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Bridgewater on 4th down, sacked. Rams are kicking their ass, dude. This game stinks. It does. Crazy how when our defense steps up to the plate, we end up winning. But leave it to the offense, we get these results. That should tell you something, don't you think? Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of getting used to it with this offense. So that's the sad thing. Third down and 2, he takes that. Yeah, Hurts shouldn't have. That was a bad sack for him to take. If Hurts made one mistake tonight, that was that play. I don't know what they were calling, though. Like, you have a 2-minute warning timeout. You have all that time to come up with a plan. Like 3rd and 2, why not run the ball there, right? Run the ball there and then get, even if you're in a 4th and 1 situation, then you come back and you can at least do the tush push if you decide to go for it. But, that was just bad. And Dallas, Dallas was stupid too. Nobody's going to talk about how stupid Dallas was with 3:24 left to go for it on 4th down and goal instead of kick the field goal and go up 3. I thought when they didn't get it, I thought we were going to go down and win the game. I really did. I think Tank getting more clutches is a must. Feeling we had 5 punts, a missed field goal, and a fumble. That's not even including all the goddamn flags we had. Just sloppy play, conservative play calling. Our defense had off game. I agree. All and most of that is all fixable. They can fix it. But it looks like our O-line Jurgens is healthy as he's not. And I would rather put somebody else in than Jurgens at this point. He's not healthy. How does Hurts get sacked at dirt ball at 3rd and 2, get 1st down? Well, the problem is if you throw the ball away and that's intentional ground. He was in the pocket. So, it's just bad altogether, man. It's bad. You got to get the run game going. Barkley, 22 yards. All right, BB, take care. Spurger King, thank you for Super Chat. This is the Cowboys' marquee win. Obviously, they're not getting one in the playoffs. Well, yeah, they're not. they're not going to get to the playoffs. I don't think. They got a tough game Thursday. Kansas City's playing for their life too, so they're going to be ready. That Thursday game's going to be tough, and then they still got to go to Detroit. Those are tough games. KP fills my depression. Man, you ain't kidding. I think Shipley could be used the same way as Gainwell was. Jalen always jump-started throwing him a dump pass. Yeah, or even Tank. I mean, I'd like to see Tank get more carries. Wow, look at this. Rams are just kicking this team's ass. So the Tampa Bay's 6-4. They're going to go to 6-5. Let me see the standings here. So you got Tampa 6-4. They're going to go to 6-5. Carolina is 6-5. Wow. Atlanta 4-7, 2-9 is the Saints. It's a good possibility, a really good possibility that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they don't even win this division. It's crazy. That's crazy. Best part of live watching 500 dance in the first half. And then when the Eagles were up 21, do nothing, then sing still at the end of the game. Yeah, you should enjoy that. There's no doubt about it. If I was you, I would enjoy it. Can't blame the game on the refs. It was pure piss poor calling. Yeah, look. To me, the problem, the penalties, like, dude, we make the same penalties every week. Every week. Every game. They got the same shit. You get a penalty, you get a good play offensively, you seem to get going, and you're back. I mean, how many times are we 1st and 20, 2nd and 20? And I'm not talking about just this game. This is like all year. These coaches can't get this team disciplined enough to not take these penalties. I have no doubt the Petula head coach rumors were leaked by our front office. No team would want Petula as a head coach with the worst third down. Yeah, I think it was too, though. I think the Eagles want to get rid of him. But if you win a Super Bowl and if you go really far in the playoffs, it's very hard to get rid of a guy. So, they figure if they could get him hired, that would work. I agree with you. Why did that was such a bad decision. Like, yeah, I mean, why would you return the punt at the 1 yard line? That's like Jets. Like that tells you he was a Jet. Like, dude, let the ball go in the end zone. I would cut Gibson, to be honest. I think you got to cut him. Like, I think Gibson's got to be cut for that. And then I would bring up Britton Covey. Tired, put me to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Don't you worry, the Eagles are coming back. Kevin Petullo sucks. But that's okay. Hey, he calls plays like he's in a dream, and it's going to drive me crazy till I scream. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Spurger King, thank you for the super chat, my man. Because this is the Cowboys' marquee win. Obviously, they're not getting one in the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, they won't even be there. So thank you for the super chat. They won't even be there. How many times has Dak been exactly. Yeah, I bet you like him, Nelson. I don't like him. But even Phil, will you have a rant video? Tonight, you mean? I don't know. I might have rant tomorrow. I think if I didn't stream this game, I would have had a rant video. But I think I'm getting it all out. I think I had a little bit of a meltdown already. But we'll see. I'll tell you what. If we lose to the Bears, I'll have an insane rant video. I'll be going nuts. Yeah, probably. I don't know about tonight. If I feel like making one after this, I will. But I've been streaming for what, like 8 hours? So I don't know. Phil Street gonna be funny for sure. Oh, those guys are gonna be disgusting. They're gonna be making out. Oh, it's gonna be nasty. The yellow bus is waiting outside 500. I know. Spurgeon King, you've been drinking like crazy. I don't blame you. That man, KP, better get his sleep this short week. Remember the Giants game? He decided to stay up all week. Oh my God, yeah, he stayed up all week. Get ready for the Giants. What a joke that was. That Black Friday game, boys. We need that shit. Philly 0 second half points is just unacceptable. Patul has to go. I agree. And how many times have we seen this shit happen with him? It's not the first time. This has happened at least 3 times I can think off the top of my head where the Eagles literally blew leads. It's crazy. Might as well use a different running back. Barkley hasn't done shit. I would definitely give what's-his-face way more carries. I think Patullo needs to go to sleep and then wake up in February and let somebody else handle the calling. Mayfield's out. Mayfield's he's got a little whatchamacallit. Mayfield's not even dressed. He's in street clothes. Tampa's collapsing. Exactly, Philly. Same penalties. We run the same plays on the same downs every game. Just repetitive bullshit. It is. It really is. We gave up field position with a 58-yarder. Yeah, and think about that whole sequence of events on that 58-yarder, right? The Eagles are moving the ball. Hurts makes a beautiful throw to Devontae Smith that goes down to the Cowboys' 11 or 12-yard line. Penalty on Johnson. Fred Johnson, hands in the face. He gets taken back. We have to settle for a field goal, and then we miss the field goal and give them great field position. And then Zach Bond drops an interception that would have changed I think it would have took all the air out of Dallas. Just craziness. Rashid, salute to you too, my friend. We won by a field goal with 24 unanswered points. You're talking about the Rams game, right? The Tampa game, we were up 24-6 at halftime. Hurts was 15-17. In that game, he was 9-9 versus the blitz that everybody says he can't beat, and the rest of the game, 24-6. The rest of the game, Hurts did not complete a pass. The second half. So how do you go from a guy 15-15 in the first half? You're up 24-6 to not be able to move the ball at all. See, it's because they got so conservative. The Denver Bronco game, you're up 15 points with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You go into a shell and you let them come right back and win. I mean, this shit happens a lot. And a lot of times we win games despite it. I want somebody to go back and look at mid-season Saquon Barkley last year. And tell me, does he look thinner? We need to bench Hurts. He did not complete a pass in the second half. No, he completed a pass this game. I'm talking about the Tampa game. He didn't. He didn't complete a pass in the second half because it was so conservative, and Tampa was just they knew exactly what we were doing. And they did not want to throw or push the ball downfield what you had to do. What a bunch of glizzy gobblers. I mean, really, you had the first drive out of the second half. They have the great play to Goddard. That was like a 30-yard play. It gets called back. That's a penalty. You get the play to Devontae Smith at the 11-yard line. I mean, they might have scored a touchdown and the game would have been over. It's like, it's what I'm saying. It's like if it ain't one thing, it's the other. If we're struggling with this or with that, then the penalties are always finding a way into it too. Okay, maybe we can't score 30 points a game with this offense we got right now, but can we cut the penalty shit out? Like, can't we clean that up at least? That would be dramatic. That would make a dramatic difference for the Eagles. And I'm not just talking about this game. Like, look at all the games on. We do this every week. People think Hurts, or it's also spelled his name right. Yeah. It's not all Hurts. We normally had two-headed monster in the run game. We really miss it this year. We are. Hurts is a bomb? I don't know. I don't know, man. I hope this ain't 2023 clock. Well, I tell you what, we'll find out on Friday. Friday will tell you everything you need to know. Seriously, Friday will tell you everything you need to know. I expect the Eagles to bounce back and win that game. All right. The question is, can we clean things up enough offensively to be legitimate, going a legitimate run? We'll find out. This is the first game Jordan Malott didn't get a flag in a while, but Steen had a couple crucial flags. Yeah, he did. King George says, can you tell me why Kobe is just sitting on our practice squad when he was the best NFL returner last year? We trot dudes like Gibson out there. Yeah, Gibson, the guy from the Jets that never knew how to win or anything at an NFL level. And he comes and he's sitting there trying to catch a ball at the 2-yard line, and then he fumbles it? I mean, that's such a Jet thing to do, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why he is there, but I'll tell you this. I would cut Gibson tonight, and I would get Covey activated. Covey needs to get active. Look, the Rams still throwing. They're still attacking downfield. It's 31-7, and they're attacking downfield. We will not do that. If we're up 14 points, we will not attack downfield. Dalton, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate it. KP is in over his head. Takes forever to decide on a play. Jalen always takes a snap ball with less than 3 seconds on the clock. Makes it easier for defense. I agree. They're snapping the ball with 3 seconds left every single time you have the ball. The defense knows when you're snapping the ball, they're going to get off really good because they don't have to worry about it snapping early. They're afraid to do up-tempo. They did 2 plays up-tempo, threw an incompletion, and then stopped it the rest of the game. It's just stupid shit like that you can do now. And look, if you cut the penalties out, added up-tempo, and you ran Tank a little more, I think you could completely change his offense. No, Ja'Cory Bennett's not hurt. They just don't like him. Yeah, I'm not gonna kill DeJean for having to jump outside when he really hasn't done it that much, and then you're going up against the guys they're going up against. You know, I wish they would have put Bennett in and given him a chance, or Ringo, and then kept Coop in the slot. It's not only Hurts. He got top 5 wide receiver duo, a top 5 running back, keeps going scoreless second half of games. Well, I mean, what? He had a running back that's not averaging 3.7 yards a carry. You tell me. If you watch this team and you've seen this team all year long, you know that they don't use their receivers to their ability. They're very afraid to throw to them unless they're wide open. They don't push the ball. They don't take any chances with the ball. It's ultra conservative. The way the Eagles play is you score, you take a lead, and you don't do anything to give up the ball. No turnovers, no taking chances, and you let the other team make some mistakes till they win. And that's how they play. When the Eagles have to throw, every time they're forced in a situation where they have to throw the ball, they do it. But for whatever reason, they never stick with it. Do you think the late snap counts as because KP don't know what to call? I know he's been his professional plan all week, so looking. No, I think it's not. I think the Eagles are trying to methodically run the clock down, take the chance, look as long as you have to at the defense, and that's how it is. I mean, some people say it takes a long time for them to get the play calling. I think they want him snapping at 3 seconds. I think everything is conservative. Run the clock out. Don't make any mistakes, and that's how they play it. I don't understand it. Hurts, when he goes up tempo, he's usually really effective. But when a defense knows every single time you snap the ball, it's 3 seconds left. Every time they know. Every time you're snapping that ball 3 seconds. You can't tell me the defensive line. I even asked Cilio this, who was a defensive tackle. He said, yeah. He said it's a giant advantage for the defensive line. And the Eagles continue to do it. I don't know why. I don't like it. They just want to like lull you to sleep, you know? Eliquid13, thank you for the super chat. He goes, 4 main problems. 2 can be fixed: penalties and turnovers. 2, that I don't know how it can be fixed as an O-line run game, and this up and down play calling. Free Tank Bigsby, he runs hungrier and needs more carries. I think once the playoffs starts, I think you're going to see the Eagles start to do more RPOs with Hurts. When they do that, the run game will open up a little bit because of that. I think that'll happen. I also think you can like run in different areas, like stop running in the same places all the time where defenses know. Don't be afraid to pitch it out to Barkley. Let him run outside, you know, and run Tank more. Like they can do those things, I believe. And here's the other thing that may not be popular, but if Jurgens is 70%, get him out. Put Lampkin in. Let's see what he can do. But put somebody in that can actually be healthy and block. Tampa, I mean, I know Tampa's a little bit beat up. Mayfield got hurt, but they're just getting their ass kicked. Mark's going to have a field day with me. He better enjoy it because he's going to have a couple days, and that's about it. Yeah, he's going to have a field day. And look, I don't blame him. You know, I could take it. He should enjoy his win. He really should. You know, I will gladly take it. You know what I mean? However, the glazing with the making out with him and Cilio will be gross. That may get on my nerves. And then when they start saying shit like Dak is some like clutch quarterback now, it's like, oh, here we go again. And then I have to start speaking up. That's you're thinking of that's Steen. Steen always does that, yeah. Where he looks back and then he hits him. Yeah, it's Steen. I know we don't want to think about the offseason right now, 500, but honestly, do we look at O-line free agency? Yes, without question. I think you have to retool that offensive line in the draft. I do, yeah. 500, man, it was terrible. The penalties killed us. I still say trade AJ to keep the defensive guys. I want to keep AJ. I really do. But they're gonna have to figure out some stuff. Rams not going to Super Bowl. Get that out of here. Rams? I didn't say the Rams were. Rams are good right now, though. Rams are the number 1 seed. I'll respect that. I'll respect that they're the number 1 seed right now. You know, we got the tiebreaker on them. They still got to win every game. Look, this is the NFL. You know, teams who aren't supposed to win. We saw it happen today. Doesn't mean they're going to win the rest of their games. They got to win out. Because let me tell you, the Eagles' schedule, you beat the Bears, you got all winnable games. Chip Kelly got fired. Is that true? Is that true? It's sickening to see the Rams take first seed and have the score the Eagles should have had. Man, those refs were corrupt as heck. Patullo head coach role, AK fire, right? Yeah, dude, the Rams attack, man. They attack. I wish we did that. I really do. I would gladly take extra interceptions for more aggressive play. Wow, Chip is gone. He stunk, man. He did. He stunk. Yeah, no more rookie offensive coordinator. Yeah, I agree. Yep, Chip is gone. Wow. I'm not surprised though. I mean, when the games I did watch the Raiders, dude, his offense was atrocious, and they just totally ignored Genty. Like, how could you ignore that running back? The Rams are set up well for this year and next, like they're Super Bowl contenders, and will have a top 10 draft pick because of. Oh wow, they got the Falcons picked. Do they really? Wow. Another field goal. More points. I wish the Eagles played like that. Yeah, I remember Chip was there. Yeah, he was. Dan, just right now, that's crazy. However, you think when Steen's tapping Jurgens, he was ready to be giving up the snaps too? I don't know. I do wonder though if when he does that, if there's anything he's given off to the defense, you know. And sometimes I wonder because he'll turn around and the ball will be snapped so much, you know. I'm like, is he ready to go? I think Jurgens has been horrible. First down efficiency because it always puts us in second and third and long situations. You know, you're not getting 4, 5, 6 yards on first down and coming back and having third and threes, third and fours. You don't. And then how many times do we get penalties on top of it? I can't tell you how many times this year I've seen the Eagles second and 20. Yep, Falcons traded their first round pick to Rams 26 in exchange for the Rams first round pick 25. Wow, that's amazing. That's crazy. I really feel like I'm really frustrated with this loss. I really hate losing to the Cowboys. I really do. It makes me sick. But man, this is so much bigger than the Cowboys and the Cowboys game. Like the things we're talking about are things that have been problems all year. It's just that you made too many mistakes today. And when you make the mistakes and you play this style, you can't have those mistakes. DC for life, thank you for the super chat. Philly 500 Chip got fired from the Raiders. That's hilarious. I'm not surprised, though. Like, if you watch his off, I mean, they ran Genty against the Cowboys like 4 times the whole game or something. Yeah, Philly, I was there. It was sickening. It is sickening. It seems like he keeps getting fired before returning to Philly. Yeah, we're not going to get to play Chip then, huh? But listen, if we beat Chicago, I'm trying to think positive now. I'm putting on my positive glasses, all right? Put on my Dak glasses for a minute. Here we go. But if you put on your positive stuff, right? Eagles if they beat the Bears, they have the Raiders, they have Washington twice, they have the Chargers, and they have Buffalo. Those are all winnable games. All winnable games. Okay? They still could take this 1 seed. They still could get it. I'm hoping that this game makes them really, start looking at things. Tortiville, thank you for super chat. He goes, we had Bigsby and Barkley in a 2 running back formation for 1 play 2 weeks ago, and we haven't used that formation again. Why not call it a few plays with it? I don't know. It's crazy. I was thinking the same thing when it comes to up tempo. You ran 2 up tempo plays, threw an incompletion, and you went away from it. And they do good in up tempo. It's really crazy, you know. Didn't Tampa lose last week? Are they collapsing? Yeah, I mean they're not playing good football right now. First half play caller leaves halftime, so we're doomed. As soon as the Eagles, I'm telling you, go watch the Eagles. Every time they get like a 14-point lead or more, they completely change how they play. And I think that they got a 21-point lead. I think defensively they became conservative. And I think offensively, we knew they were going to come conservative. Donald looks like he can still play. Let's sign him. I worry about every team now. Look at the atrocious. The offense looked 40-plus minutes. I agree. You got to look at every game's an important game. I agree. No question about it. Carter began Stafford problems. Yeah, he always does. Barkley had 10 too many carries. Bench him until he stops at dancing. That's dancing. At least the Eagles have players that are currently on the roster and actually, yeah, that's true. That Eagles fan, thank you for the super chat, my man. That's because they rely on their defense too much. Yeah. It's too much. Eagles need to clean up penalties, learn ball security methods. We need a new kick returner. Yeah, you got to get Covey up. I really don't think Nick or Kevin know what they're doing. I don't think they do either, Big D. I don't. The problem is I don't think you can change it. You really, what? You're going to fire Patullo, and then what? Then you hire, who becomes your coordinator? You're going to, promote your quarterback coach? I mean, who becomes it? It's just like you even if you change it and promote somebody, you got to stay within the offense that you already have. You can't make those changes till the end of the year or the off season. So you gotta fix what you can now. Sidney Brown's terrible. Barkley in too many commercials, yes. Yeah, Sidney Brown was not good. Yeah, Raiders fired their offensive coordinator, but their season's over, right? I mean, make no mistake, the Raiders are done for the year. So what do they care? You fire him, get rid of him. What do you care? You don't have nothing to lose. The Eagles, they're the number 2 seed. You know, they're the number 2 seed in the playoffs. Remember, they were a 2 seed last year and won the whole thing. Patul's office like iron clothes, no wrinkles. Yeah. Reed might be hurt. Makua done for the year, maybe. Well, doesn't that piss you off that we didn't sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson back when we had a chance? You got, to me, I'm sorry. I know people are going to hate this, but you might have to put Carter in the slot and DeJean at safety because Sidney Brown's a liability. Did you see her shake his head at Patullo? No, but I could only imagine. Then this game's so over. 34-7. The Buccaneers didn't even put up a fight, dude. Yeah, Carter. Not Jalen Carter. I'm talking about the cornerback they got from the Jets. In the trade. I really think they're saving those because they want to use them in the playoffs. Roll Philly Dolphins favorite super chat. He goes, Simmons. Hurts was balling, then handcuffs came out. 100%. No Irving, no Evans, Bucs offense. No, none of them. One of the worst third-round picks. Yeah, he's not good. I wouldn't bench him to Tank, but I would give Tank a lot more carries. You know why not give Tank more carries and see how it goes? User, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Sidney Brown is so dog water at safety. He can't tackle. He can't, and he's slow in coverage. You know, I mean, it's really slow in coverage. What happens if we lose on Friday? I think it's a cause for concern. You know, I think then you gotta really look and see what's going on, because to me that's an issue. I guess it depends how you lose. You know, but to me you got to respond on Friday. No Life 500 after a bed out like this. Therapy staying up with you, Paul. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I still feel like I was surprised they didn't put Bennett in there at all, you know. Someone in the Eagles scouting department had Sidney Brown as a Red Star draft pick, meaning they thought he can't miss ability. Well, so much for that. I don't know why they thought that. He can't cover, man. But you got to figure, if you were to lose Makuba and you were to lose Blankenship, what do? I mean, you got to go out and get Justin Simmons, right? Got to get him right away. Yeah, I don't know. I would have much rather seen Bennett. I would have rather seen Bennett on the outside and kept Coop in the slot. I'm going to be my pipe dream that they saving the playbook for the playoffs. Well, I think the RPOs they are. So would you sign Simmons? He's not great. Yeah, I would. If they need to, like I said, I would only sign Simmons in situations like this. He knows the system. So, yeah, if you have to, sign him. Yeah, depending upon the injuries, you know. Sacked verse. DC for life. Thank you for super chat. He goes, if Bennett's not starting at quarterback 2, most likely he's getting traded all season. I think he's he's got one more year left. He's got one more year left. I mean, we'll see, you know. Justin Simmons needs to be one. They might have to do it if they got injuries, you know. Howie better be on the phone now. Sidney cannot see. He cannot, and he's slow. Makuba's on a walking boot. He's not playing for. Well, probably not. The thing is the question isn't whether he plays Friday. The question is whether he plays the next game, right? They're going to have like a little bit of a mini bye coming up after Friday. So, you know, the question is, will he be ready for those games? Oh, I got to get these Christmas lights up. I got these permanent outdoor lights. I'm going to put them up one more time, and that's it. I don't have to do it anymore. Right. Is Marcus Epps on? I think Epps is on IR. Isn't Epps hurt? I can't remember. Andre Sam, I don't even know if he's around. I think Barkley should be traded while he was some value left. I mean, that's the all season. That's something you do in the all season. You know what I mean? No, the Bears is a tough game. It's no question. That's a tough game. Rocking around the Christmas tree. Yeah. No shakedown tomorrow. Duncan Wright, thank you for super chat, my man. He goes, expressionless face. Is that it? Is that good? How did Phillips disappear? Not quite sure. I got to go watch it. Sam on the practice squad, they'll have to bring him up. If we down 2 safeties and ask at cornerback 2, Caleb Williams going to cook us. He's pretty good already, you know? This was only sustainable for so long. We skated by teams with this shitty offense all year and finally bit us in the ass. The defense gets no help from the offense. Now the injuries with D, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how bad the injuries are. I would have loved to see them blitz more. Well, why they didn't blitz more? I don't know how serious these injuries are. I mean, I don't know. I didn't get the sense Reed Blankenship's injury was all that bad. Makuba, I don't know about. Dory Jackson, I mean, look, dude, put Ringo in. All right? Ringo's better than Dory Jackson. Have to get pressure Friday on the second and down play. I agree. Friday is a big game. I can't. I mean, to me, the Friday's the season, man. You win Friday, you're gonna feel like you're back on track. Okay, everything that happened versus Dallas, we move on. But you lose Friday, then shit starts to creep in. City Brown plays 2 regulars. He's probably injured another one of his players who's played. And he's also bad in pass coverage, you know? Yeah, Makuba's in a boot. Yeah, why, and that sucks. But that doesn't mean that he's out for the year. That means he might not play versus the Bears, but it doesn't mean he'll be out for the year. We don't know yet. Makuba's out 4 weeks. How do you know that? Barkley was able to run for 2K. We wanted him. It was like, you tell him, Linda. Hi, baby. Hi, kitty. You doing okay? CJ could have mentored Makuba. City should have. I agree with you, man. I agree. Did you see what Nick? No, what did Nick say, Catwoman? I would love to know. Sirianni was seriously. He should have been, and he should have been. Hey, come on. Come on. Everybody wants to say hello. Say hi. Yeah. You doing good? Say hi. Okay, go ahead. Need help. That's not good. That would suck if we lost Makuba. He's been playing pretty solid. Yeah, Simmons still a free agent. You might have to go sign him. At least he knows the system. I don't know what Foles said. I want to hear. What did Foles say? We really blew this game today, didn't we? He said, and quote, "What the F are you?" Is that's what Nick said? I don't blame him. I don't blame him. It was bad. We should not have lost this game today. Eagles since the 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Punt, end of the half. Punt. Missed field goals. Fumble, punt. Cowboys scored 21 straight points on the Eagles D tied. Yeah, that's crazy. You know what also drives me crazy? You're going to go in the half. And you're going to, you have 17 seconds left or something like that. You're not really going to push the ball downfield. You're not going to throw it. So instead of just taking a knee, they run the ball. And they run Barkley. Why run Barkley and risk getting your offensive line hurt and your running back hurt when you're not going to do anything but take a knee? Just take the damn knee. I saw Foles was basically going off on how bad the Eagles' scheme is and how bad their route concepts were. Yeah, everybody says that, man. Everybody says that. And it doesn't change. And it's not going to change to this end of the season. Would you have Patullo? I would probably rather have Patullo. I mean, that's really, Did you see the way that Chip would use Genty, man? It was brutal. I don't know, man. It's a good question. I would probably still go Patullo. You won't get far being the 30th ranked team on third down conversions. Lori Howe, you better look at that after season. That's enough to justify Patullo being canned. Have to produce. I agree. I mean, I really believe no matter what happens, they're going to find a way to replace this coordinator. I do believe that. Nick says he doesn't really think the offense took their foot off the gas and gave up 21 leads to Philly. Are you kidding me? I don't know. I mean, we could tell, during the stream, we started calling the plays out. Like, look what they're doing. Look at all of a sudden how it shifted. You could tell it shifted immediately after they were up 21. When they were up 14-0, it started to get weird. He basically said KP is too simplistic, per his words, that the defense knows exactly what you're going to do and called the route tree. Yeah, he's right, Catwoman. And I'll go a step further. Not only is the defense know what you're going to do, my chat knows what he's going to do. like people are calling out the plays. We're calling out the plays that the Eagles are going to run and where it's going. And we're watching here. You don't think Dallas knows or another defense? They all know. It's bad. Yeah, Chip Dip Kelly got fired. Waste the season? Not yet. CC Black, thank you for the super chat. He goes, if the Eagles lose, the Bears collapse. I wouldn't know. I'm not going to say collapse, but it's going to really damage their playoff standing. Because right now you have these tiebreakers over all the playoff teams, and you're only one game behind the Rams, right? And you have the tiebreaker over them. But if you lose this one, it's bad, and you got to wonder where that team's head is. So I think this is an important game for the Eagles. I think that you got to answer the call after that game, and if you go out and you win, then it's going to feel like, all right, yeah, Cowboys game was a hiccup. We had a hiccup last year versus Washington. It happens. We bounce back and continue on our way. Please stop spanding, Rylan. We don't do that here. No, Jalen Hurts, when asked if he's surprised the Eagles offense hasn't found consistency. Yeah, because he doesn't want to run it. You know what I mean? I mean, people act like Jalen Hurts wants this off. If Jalen Hurts wants to attack, Jalen Hurts wants to be let off the handcuffs. He wants to go throw the ball and play. They won't let him. The one Christopher Michael, thank you for super chat. Firing KP does nothing with Nick still there. I agree. What you have to do is you have to get rid of KP, and then you have to tell Nick, you do not have a say in the offense. We are not running your offense with these coordinators. You are not in control. This offense, you have nothing to do with. You are a head coach. Worry about that. The offensive coordinator will run their plays and let it like Vic Fangio runs his defense. Has to be like that. You have to. Otherwise, you're going to get more of the same shit. People think this is Patullo's offense. It's not Kevin Patullo's offense. Kevin Patullo is very bad at play design, play calls, in-game adjustments. He's horrible at all that. But he has to fall under the umbrella of Nick Sirianni's offense. Just like Kellen Moore was told. You could call the plays, you could do stuff, you could bring things in, but it's basically within Nick Sirianni's offense. That's the problem. It's just not always Nick's fault. Penalties are horrendous, Kevin, and it's undisciplined. At what point do yeah, you got to hold players accountable, right, for penalties? But how come the coaches can't get these guys to be accountable about the penalties? Kellen Moore saved Nick's ass. Well, I mean, even Kellen Moore, there were problems with the offense and stuff, but at least Kellen Moore could make adjustments, in-game adjustments and things like that. Patullo can't make adjustments. He does not make adjustments. So you think if Howie hires a new head coach and coordinator this offseason, they want a new quarterback draft? No, not necessarily. I think if McDaniel gets fired from the Dolphins, I think he's the perfect guy to hire, offensive coordinator-wise. I don't think he's going to go anywhere, right? He's probably got to wait another 3 years for another job. So he's not going anywhere right away. I think he would use Jalen Hurts effectively. And I think that he would be a perfect guy. But Nick can't have any say in the offense. He can't. Mods shouldn't be spamming. You let me know, Left Coast Eagle. So if we do fire Patullo and handcuff Sirianni at the end of the season, who's out there to replace him? I don't know who's out there right now exactly. And I don't really have a specific person I definitely want. It's something you do in the all season. But if a guy like McDaniel from the Dolphins, the head coach, gets fired, I think he would be a great offensive coordinator to bring in. Somebody like that. Eagles are finished if they continue allowing KP to run this offense, but the Eagles are too stubborn to make a change, and this is why they won't go back to Super Bowl. Yeah, you might be right. It could be the fatal flaw. It is. The fatal flaw could come from within. And it's a shame because you're wasting golden years. Like we've been to 2 Super Bowls, should have won both of them. Won one of them, and we should have another one coming. We could talk all day, but 2-3 touchdowns, it comes down to quarterback 1 to win the game not lose it. I mean, who cares if he thinks Howie get rid of KP before Hurts, even if he audibles? Hurts, yeah, sure. Could he have scored more points in the second half? Sure. But I mean, damn it, man. How many times did he make plays that get called back tonight? I could tell you 3-4 plays where he made great passes down the field that set them up in scoring positions that got called back. So it's like we could do this all day. But the truth of the matter is when Hurts needs to throw the ball, if you look at the majority of his career, he does it. When he needs to throw the ball and you need passes and you need plays, he does it. Most of the time he does it. Even this year. So, to me, I don't think it's Hurts. I think Hurts is handcuffed. I think he's handcuffed by the offense. And people say, "Oh, you didn't do this play, you didn't make this play," but he's got everything going against him. I don't know. You give him a good coordinator with a good offense that fits him, and then let's see. SA, thank you for super chat. We did lose both safeties. City Brown sucks. City Brown's horrible. But it depends how long we lost both safeties. How long are they going to be out? We did lose them this game, and both those safeties going out affected the game. I know it did. But that's why you can't play like this conservative, okay, we're up 21 points. Let's just try to milk this thing. You can't do that. And we did lose both safeties. It definitely is true. Coaching and lack of discipline killed us. It did. And there's just a lot of bad things in this game for us. Eagles suck. The lucky streak is over. Yeah, I hear that once every while when we lose, which isn't much. I love how they were preaching, flags going in this game just for us to have the most flags all season. Yeah, it figures, right? SA, thank you for the super chat. I think a new scheme, completely new offense. Absolutely, I agree. And I would try to keep AJ. I would say, look, we're coming out. We got a whole new offense. It's going to be a lot different. We want you back, and we want to get this thing going. Young Boy says, a moral question is where is the disciplinary action for unacceptable play calling or adjustments? Blaming the players only to lead to frustration when they just doing what they're told. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to do any disciplinary action except for fire a guy. But it is interesting that it's always that's what Petula always says. It's the execution. Never your bad play calling. I don't think they'll beat the Bears. You might be right. I mean, look, they got it's a big game to me. That game is going to tell us the way this direction of this season is going to continue to go. Because if you win that game, I think you're back on track. You lose that game, then a lot of pressure is going to build up. Yeah, the Raiders just fired Chip Dip Kelly. But listen, you can fire an offensive coordinator when your season's done. When you got nothing to live for or play for, you're pretty much done. The Eagles can't do it. Really wonder what this team will look like in the playoffs. I think a lot of it's going to depend on health, of course, and home field advantage. You've got to have home field advantage. We will win out on Black Friday. We wear black altar jerseys for good luck. I think we will. So this might be dumb, but if teams are going to target Barkley this hard, what's the point? Do you think we could get a first for him and stick with him and tank one? I don't think you could get a first for him. No. A running back his age? No, you wouldn't be able to get a first round pick. No, it wouldn't happen. Danny says we will not win the number 1 seed. Maybe not. We're not the number 1 seed anymore. So we're a game behind. Well, half game. Yeah, we're a game behind the Rams. So we need the Rams to lose now. Ryan rather says 500. Correct me if I'm wrong, but get Carter to second, play safety. I'd say so. I'd say do with the injuries and put Bennett on the outside, not Ringo, and we keep Coop in the slot. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was talk when they traded him. There was talk that he could possibly be safety. What I'm wondering if they're going to do, if there are serious injuries at safety, if they don't put Carter in the slot and put Coop at safety. Because I think Cooper DeJeans would be the best safety in the league. He could play safety, he could play slot. He struggled outside tonight, but I think it's an interesting question. They're going to have to figure something out. I mean, we'll see how serious these injuries are. SA, thank you for super chat. Goes, AJ was correct. Fred Johnson just said, ask the coach about the run game. We need a center right guard, a future right tackle. Kendra has been bad. Steen hates run blocking. Yeah, they've got. I would address my offensive line, especially I'd get another center. I'd get a couple. I would get some more guards, maybe a tackle. Like I would address it in the draft. 500. This team can't pass consistently, and our run game is non-existent. Our defense is now completely depleted, and so is our O-line. Yeah, injuries are catching up. Makubo is in a boot. His injury looked bad. Yeah, it might be bad. You might have to call Justin Simmons, man. Seriously, you might have to go sign Simmons. I don't care. Yeah, Google can say what it wants. It doesn't know. It has no idea. What about Stoutland? He's a run game. He hasn't done a good job with it. As great as Stoutland is with developing offensive linemen, maybe he should get back to that. Because the run game has been horrendous. It's horrendous. Yeah, I mean, you would have to give Cooper chance outside of reps. I mean, it's not fair to throw him in there in that situation and say, oh, he can't do it, he can't do it. It takes time and he needs reps. I agree. It's going to be interesting week to see what the injuries are, what they do. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond. It's going to be interesting to see if they can get a pass or these actual media guys are going to actually ask real friggin' questions. And then Friday is going to tell us all we need to know. Friday will tell us everything. I'm excited about Friday because we're going to find out. I really think if the Eagles come out and win Friday, boom, slight hiccup, we're back on track. Let's go. If they lose, I think it's bad. We need help now, yep. Can't develop Tyler Snead. He can't even pay attention on a snap count, let alone finish a block. I don't know what's so hard about the snap count, though. You know they're going to snap the ball with 3 seconds left. So just look at the clock and you know 3 seconds are snapping the ball all the time. They snap the damn ball always with 3 to 1 second left. Yeah, they have sent to Drew Kendall. They drafted from Boston. He could play guard too. Never should have cut Keegan, who is on the Cowboys now. Agreed. Try Lampkin. There's another guy you could bring back. Yeah. Hey, 500, remember when you said we should bring C.J. Gardner back in case of emergency? It looks like you're right. Yeah, I know. Because Sidney Brown's ass. He stinks. He stinks. It's gonna be a crazy week. It's gonna be an interesting week, man. You know? We're gonna see what this team is. We're gonna see what they're all about now. Because now you got really true adversity. You know, you didn't just lose a game to the Giants. Like you just lost the number 1 seed. So that matters. You know, I'm not one of these people. I'm not giving up on the season. I'll never give up on a season when you're 8-2, 8-3. But I expect them to figure shit out, and maybe they can't. But you know, let's see. We were undisciplined. If we lose Friday, we were in real trouble. I agree. I think Friday's a big game. Sidney Brown's Derek Burnett on special teams. He stinks. Rams look like the best team in the league. They're going to be tough out, especially if they get home field. I agree. And that's why the Rams wanted it. The Rams fans know they needed that home field versus the Eagles. It's a different game. Not that the Eagles can't do it, but yeah, you're right. I mean, Eagles got to figure something out. We're going to find out right now. We're going to figure out everything we need to know this week. It could be a 3-game losing streak. Jet Boys, Bears, Charter. Could be, Richie. It could be that the Cowboys game made the Eagles go back and look at things, and they change certain things, and all of a sudden they go on a run. You don't know. Like, how are you going to let this loss affect you? You know. When we were 10, remember we were 10-1 the year we choked? It was like everything we kept doing wrong every week, but they kept ignoring it because we kept winning. Maybe the fact that we lose, maybe we can make it work and take advantage of it. I'm just trying to be positive. You know, if not, then we're done. And we'll go to the playoffs and we'll lose, and we'll see. S.A. Davis Super Chat goes, I wish we had Sean McVay's offense. Yeah, me too. Maybe you hire somebody off of his offense. But you definitely need to change the offense. There's no question about it. Jason says, I'm kind of happy we lost. If this doesn't wake the team up, nothing will. I agree. I mean, look, you were up 21-0. Should have won this game. Should have blown that team out. Clearly, you're the more talented team. You did everything you could to give it away. All right? It's not the end of the world. However, there's a lot of things to fix. They got to go do it now. They got to go do it. This team is way too talented to be this fucking ass. We need a military X-type team. Like how 2007 Patriots and 2013 Broncos teams were not this solid. I agree. I agree. They're too good. Well, Petula Don. Worst 21-0 lead ever. We've seen it so many times with Nick Sirianni. We've seen it so many times with him. You get a big lead and you just blow that lead. Sometimes, a lot of times, we win the game by a little bit, but we win. And every once in a while, you lose. Really, to me, the Eagles really only had really one loss that was like, you were outplayed, you were outclassed. And that was that Giants game. They just beat us from the beginning to the end. This game, the Denver game, you should have won both those games. As a thank you for Super Chat, a lot of fans act like they played quarterback in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, that happens, you know. Kevin Stinktillo, yes. No, it's not the first time the offense looked like this, and that's part of the problem. And I don't think you can fix that completely. You know, I don't, but I think you can fix certain things that you're at least competent. Like, we could just start with just saying, just stop with the friggin' penalties. Stop every drive having a penalty that ruins drives. Not just this game, but all year. Let's stop with that. That's the first thing. That would dramatically help the offense. But they don't do it. The first thing to solve the problem is recognize. I hope they're recognizing it, you know? I hope they are. They don't play under center, they don't. No cigar video tonight. It sucks. No, I'm gonna go and chill out and probably try to get away from thinking about football for 12 hours. Oh man, Kevin Patullo, the coordinator. Look at that picture. I love it, Bunzology. Maybe when the offense gets right, so will the dumbass chat. Clowns here sound like they've been watching football for 6 months. Adoree starts over Ringo and Bennett because he's better. He's obviously that's what they think. Yeah. No canoes for Nick. I just can't believe that they don't think. Like, I'm surprised. Like, they didn't trust Bennett or Ringo to play corner when he went out. That was what's crazy to me. Still think the front office a lot to say in how his offense ran. You might be right. It might be right. Send you a photo on Twitter. Our office play got leaked like Lions. Yeah, let me see. I don't have anything. Let me see. Oh, you're right. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I thought you were joking. Oh, you're right. Look, his offense got leaked. Look at that. Oh, I'm going to look at this. Looks like some weak ass shit. Wow, you ain't kidding. I thought that was a joke. Leon Banks, thank you for Super Chat. 500. Everyone in the media is calling for Nick to take over play calls. Why? After the first 15 scripted plays when we saw KP has no feel. He has no feel, and it's not going to change much. Yeah, I don't think that's going to help you. It's crazy, right? The only thing I know is pretty clear Kevin Patullo has no feel for offensive play calling whatsoever. Any dope, yeah, you're 100%. Brando says, what's funny is I guarantee Patullo got fired. Everyone, including the players, would celebrate. Interesting. It's interesting. Nice. All right, Elaine. Yeah, it was a tough day. It's going to be a tough few days, man. We're going to have to suffer. Fortunately, they play on Friday. So, quick turnaround, which I like. We leave 6 to 10 points on the field every game. Oh, without question. Every game. We need a higher offensive coordinator with experience, not promote from within. I agree. Somebody who's going to have, Nick's going to have no say in what they do. I agree with you. It's true. It's true. Well, I think this move, the move to hire Patullo was Nick Sirianni's decision. Find YouTube and more only your videos on who I thank you. I'll have a video out tomorrow, We'll talk about it. I don't know if I'll do a video or just do a live stream to vent, But it's going to be a hard few days, but we got to just bounce back, man. Bears are playing good football right now. It's a tough game. Sirianni is a constant. He's a problem 100% because this has happened before. I agree. Philly, I need to look at this. Look at this shit. The league playbook. You saying that has me crying. I didn't look at it yet, but it's real. It's Patullo. South. Oh, okay. Okay. Now I see. I just looked at the picture. I didn't focus in. That's funny shit. Philly, Galen was asked if he felt surprised offense hadn't found consistency, and he simply responded, no. I think the coaches are losing the rocker offense. But they're doing what these guys don't want. They need to listen to their players, man. Listen to your players. Jobs just stopped in to say, enjoy the couch. What? Phil, you still crying, Gary? Yeah. House, I was glad we won, but I'd go so far to say we should have beat y'all week 1, and y'all should have won today. But honestly, basically won both games. Oh, the win is you won. You won. There's no, there's no we should, you should have won this. You won. We won the first game. You won this one. That's it. The players just don't care for Patullo and his ways anymore, I think. I agree. Need to hire successful offensive coordinator for a playoff team that next head coach. Then we won't care if the offensive coordinator leaves at the end of the season. What happened? Well, we blew it. We blew today's game. Yeah, he did. Yeah, no cigar video tonight. We don't celebrate losses, But like I said, I said this all along. Friday's the important game, and it is. Gotta beat the Bears. So we'll find out and we'll see. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, Cowboys, enjoy your win. You won. Take it, enjoy it, do whatever you want with it. Eagle fans, we got a lot to talk about this week, and we got to figure it out. We also got to enjoy Thanksgiving, and Friday will be a huge game, and we'll see what happens. But it should be interesting. Going to be an interesting week. I'm going to go back. I'm going to watch this game tonight. I also want to hear what Seth Joyner has to say and stuff. So you guys have a great night. Sucks. No sugarcoating it. But we got to bounce back. With that said, you guys have a great day. And we will talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. We out. Peace.
Come on, guys.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today!
Oh, sorry, I got a super chat. I want to make sure that I read it. Jason Thamer, Super Chat. How's Michael Carter second doing so far coming from a Jets fan? He really hasn't played much. I think he's had a couple snaps, but we're probably going to see more of him because of injury, though. But thank you so much. But Gibson, he stinks. The returner stinks. But, man, thank you so much for the Super Chat. Good night, everybody. Peace.
Come on, guys.
2 minutes to go.
Hey, that was on you, Dad. That was on you, Dad. That was on you, Dad.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to feed the fantasy lamb. Trying to feed the You tried to feed the sea lamb. You got to give it to sea lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.